Yo, 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 what up, Raider Nation? Welcome in to another episode of the Raider Ragu Show. We're going to get into the Bears versus Raiders Week 4 game at Allegiant Stadium. At first, real quick, let's jump into the sponsor and the podcast downloads, all right? Get a like, share, comment, subscribe here on the YouTube channel. Download the show on the audio portion. So if you're going with Apple, you're going with Spotify, you're going with something else, go ahead and put it on auto download. Thank you. And also, let's not forget our sponsor. That is shebangboutique.com, SHEE bangboutique.com. Go over there and get your girl something fly. Do that for me. Booyah. All right, Raider Nation. So Raiders got a nice fade lined up on Sunday at the house against a Bears team that is coming in after a big win from against the Cowboys. So let's talk about this week. The O-line has been the problem, right? Everybody knows that. The O-line they really stunk up the field last week versus the Commanders. Commanders got some dudes up front, and it exposed them. And JPJ didn't play, and Geno was out there running for his life. But I got a serious question for us, Raider Nation. JPJ has a concussion. That's why he didn't play. He was good, but they didn't hit in the week leading. Well, it wasn't even a week. It was just 4 days, right? They played Monday night. So then they only had Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday to get ready for the Redskins. You know they're not going to practice day before. They might walk through. They're not going to practice day after. And then they got to travel, I believe, that Thursday. So they really only had 2 days to just kind of like walk through and install the game plan for the Commanders. So they didn't get the hit. So Coach Pete was like, we're not going to put JPJ in there after not hitting, after being out for a whole week with a concussion. So he might have been a little step slower or whatever, I guess he thought. So, but my thing is, this is our thumper, right? Our mem, our mauler in the middle, like Lincoln Kennedy says. The dude that's going to, inflict a little bit of intimidate the other side a little bit, do a little damage to a D line, man. Come off the ball and be a little bit nasty. You're Richie Incognito, if you will, as a like most recent guy that was here on that, or a little bit before that, a little Colecchio Simile, if you guys remember him. The guy that's just gonna get after it in the middle. That's JPJ for us. But our guy is concussion prone at this point. There is no other way to look at it. I was thinking about it. I know he's had at least 2, but I think this is 3 concussions just in 2 seasons. I mean, it ain't even been 2 full seasons yet. It's only been a season and a half. Not even that, man. It's only been a season and 3 games. And he's had at least 2 concussions, I think 3. So this is our thumper that we're relying on, right, to be that mauler in the middle for us. And he's concussion prone. So, is he a liability at this point? I want to ask. Because if he's not going to be available, man, or is going to have suspect availability, or as you know how concussions are, man, that could happen on any play. So on any down of any football game, he could be out. And now we back to like a soft finesse type O-line. All the guys are a little bit on the finesse tip. right? Nobody's really a power guy in that lineup. So I just wanted to, say that. I don't know what we can do. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. We have the guys that we have at this point. Um, Another interesting thing, Coach Pete Carroll said that Caleb Rogers and Charles Grant weren't ready. Okay, I could see Charles Grant not being ready. He came from William and Mary. The competition level that he was playing against really, it wasn't all that. I could see that. But Caleb Rogers played at South Carolina, if I'm not mistaken. Right, South Carolina, and played a ton of football all across the O line. Believe he was like a 4-year starter there. So my question is, how was DJ Glaze able to come in last year and start and continue to play all the way through till now? But this guy can't. We can't put Caleb Rogers in at the guard and try him out. I say, give the rooks a chance, Coach Pete. You're known for letting rookies get a chance, right? Get Parham out of there. If you still want to run Meredith, whatever with that, get Parham out of there though, and put JPJ in with Rogers, just to see, man. Try something. The kid might surprise you. The other thing, get under center. Guys trying to run the ball and throw the ball every single down out of shotgun or pistol. And this is tipping the D ends off. I really think it is. With Genty, you got people calling him a bust, right? And man, he can't even get the ball, bro, without getting contacted in the backfield at the line of scrimmage itself. So a lot of that is because he got to come at least 5 yards in the shotgun when he's side by side, or if he's behind to the right or left, I believe that's 7, maybe 7.5. And then in the pistol, he's 8 yards back, right? So I'm saying get 5 to 6 yards, heels on the 6 yards away, and get under center, man. Single back, turn around and hand that thing to him. Turn around and fake that thing to him. Just come under center and throw. Because guess what? That's going to change the angle for those tackles, man. That's just collapsing the pocket on Glaze and Colton Miller, right? These athletic dudes that's just getting upfield and putting all this pressure on our tackles, man. And then Gino, if he tries to step up, Parham is usually getting pushed back at that time, right? So he steps up, he could end up getting clobbered, or he's going to start looking at the rush when he step up so he can see where he can kind of get out to and then throw the ball. But the ends are collapsing. They coming in too fast, man, because they know each and every play you coming out of that shotgun, that you got to change the aiming point for these guys, man. They're too good. You got to come from under center sometimes, Chip Kelly. This is not college. You can't just sit back there in the little pistol and them shotguns, man, and try to run out of that. And even pass. The pass, they're going to get it. The pressure is going to be there because of that. So I want to see a little bit of, see if we can't get under center, man. See if we can't put something in, some under center series of stuff, some single back perhaps, with maybe some tight ends in the game. And get the run game going a little bit and pass out of that because of the different angle. And then run your shotgun. Switch it up. All right. So that's something I want to see. See if the Raiders get under center a little bit. So also injuries. Let me get to injuries before we get into the straight game plan of what needs to go down. All right. The Raiders, we got Brock, Chin, Michael Mayer, and D Cams on the injured list. Out of those guys, Bowers fully participated in practice. That's good. So I guess the knee might be feeling better, man. I hope you take that thing off. Chin was limited. Michael Mayer did not practice with concussion. He won't. I don't think he's gonna play. Yeah, that didn't look good, man. I don't think Michael Mayer is that great of a player, but I don't wish any harm on the guy. So now Chin, excuse me, was fully participated, and DCAM with the hamstring was limited. So they all practiced except for Mayer. Mayer's not going to play. And then on the Bears side, the linebacker T.J. Edwards, cornerback Kyler Gordon, defensive tackle Grady Jarrett, tight end Colton Loveland, and offensive tackle Darnell Wright all did not practice on Thursday. And in the NFL, usually when you do not participate in practice on Thursday for a road game, that's a wrap. You're usually not playing. We will see. I know Grady, Loveland, and Darnell Wright are starters. Not sure about these other guys because I'm not a Chicago Bears guy. But then you got Jalen Jones, DeAndre Swift, and Cole Kmet. They were all limited today. Jalen Jones with the hamstring, DeAndre Swift with a hip, Cole Kmet with a groin. So they limited. No, Cole Kmet fully participated. He's good. He participated. So he's going to be a go, full go. It looks like Swift and Jalen Jones are playing too. Jalen Jones is trying to get back in there because the guy that played was backing him up, got a pick six in the week one. So you don't want to be Mr. Pip, what's his name? The guy that was hurt and let the guy come in and take his position and set become one of the greats in history or something. You know what I'm saying? Some kind of story like that. But anyway, you don't want your backup getting too much time. So Jalen Jones trying to get back out there. All right, so that's the full list of injuries. Okay, one more thing. Perhaps try Parham at center. I remember Parham played center at Memphis, and Parham played center last year a couple times. Maybe experiment with that. I don't know. They're not going to do that because then that's going to be admitting that they was wrong about Jordan Meredith. Because I think they should just put it back like it was, man. Honestly, maybe try Parham at center, JPJ, and put Meredith back at the guard, or even let Kappa play over there. I don't know, Kappa, but try something, man. Mix something up. I don't want to see the same old same. I don't want to see the same old same. Dude, show that you're at least trying to shake up the O-line because it's not working. Or minimum, get under center and try to help these guys out on their blocks, which that ain't going to help them guards getting pushed back. But anyway, we had a Luke Masterson sighting. I believe they spoke with Luke Masterson. Remember the old linebacker, Luke Masterson, 59, who's out of Wake Forest. He's a decent linebacker. In my opinion, he's better than Eichenberg right now. Right now, he can step on and be better than Eichenberg. So for less money, I'm sure, or maybe around the same money. And I'm not sure about the other kid, Lindenberg, or whatever his name is. I think, Cody, that they got just in this past draft. You still probably want to give him a chance because he's young, but Masterson is better than Eichenberg right now, is what I would say. So I would expect him to sign Masterson if he was in the facility. So bringing old Luke back into the fold, perhaps we'll see that. Okay, so now, man, Raiders, first Bears, this Sunday. It's going to be at 1 o'clock Pacific time, Las Vegas, Nevada at Allegiant Stadium. Number one, man, the kid, Caleb, is coming into town with a rocket arm. The dude has got an absolute cannon. Uh, he's throwing the ball, looks like it's a baseball out there. It looks like a seed. That dude is out there throwing that rock. He slings the pill, no question about it. The other thing I noticed about Caleb is he will run. He does not mind pulling that thing down and getting somewhere with it. And he's kind of fast. He's sneaky fast. So, we got our hands full with this young dude, man. We got Ben dialing it up for him, right? We know Ben can dial it up. We don't know how good a head coach he is, but we know he can dial up some offensive plays, right? And he's starting to dial it up for the kid. And plus, don't forget, Ben basically told the Raiders, F y'all, no, I don't want to interview with you guys. So, there's kind of a little bit of a revenge game on this guy because of that. But, what we're going to have to do, man, is get after Caleb. Their O-line is not the best. It's not, a terrible O-line, but I do believe Max and Tyree and Malcolm and even Jonah and Adam Beasley can get home against these guys. And Booker as well. We can all our guys can get home against these guys. The O-line is not, I'm not gonna say they're not good, but they're not something to be an O-line where you should be fearing them. We should be getting ready to have our best output of the year as far as quarterback sacks and hurry production. Everybody should be in on the game and getting after these guys. And on the back end of that, they have a decent core of targets, man, a decent core of weapons, a decent, 3, 4, 5 guys, including running backs, that can sting you, man. And we're talking about DJ Moore, the second-year guy, Odunze, and also the young fella, Luther Burden, the rookie from Missouri. Then they got the other rookie at the running back from Rutgers, Kyle Monangai, to go along with DeAndre Swift, who is a good player, right? He's fast and he is willing to stick his nose in there, right? He'll run you over. So you got to be ready. We got to be ready for these guys, man. And then not to mention Cole Kmet, right at the tight end. So they got weapons, man. This guy, Caleb Williams, has a good set of weapons here, man. Let's not get that twisted. He has a great set of weapons. And if we're not staying close to these guys and getting after Caleb, it could be a long day. All right. This Bears team is going to score some points. It's tough to keep them out of the end zone, especially early on. They really get after it. And Ben is dialing it up and getting better week by week. This is only week 4. I'm glad we catching them a little bit early where they still kind of working out some things. But you can see the talent with the guy, Caleb, man, when you turn on the tape. I watched the last couple games, and the dude is super talented, man. Sneaky fast, runs kind of hard, too. He does slide. He gets down, but he will, when he needs a first, he will try to get the first. So, we really going to have to be aware of this guy. I'm not saying start off with a spy, but maybe even on some plays, spy this guy because he has no problem running, and he's sneaky fast. However, if we keep everything in front of us and get after him, make him hold the football a little longer, he will fall back into a little bit of hero ball, right? He will start trying to make the tough throws and the, off schedule throws and the bad body angle and the off his back foot type of throws, man, where we might have some action. But that stems from first getting after him. You have to get after this guy. If you let him sit back there and pat and hits the football, he's going to kill you, man. Him and Ben are killers. All right. So, we're going to be doing a lot of single high, probably like we usually do, keeping a extra guy in the box to stop that run. But also, we're going to have to keep the middle of the field covered and, be real mindful of the zones in that middle part of the field and make him throw, darts out to the outside and up the field a little bit, which he can do. But over the middle, he'll just destroy you. He'll just destroy you, with just banging those things in there. So you got to be conscious of those, seam to all the way to the other seam. And then from the numbers out, right, that's where you want to try to make him go and then break on those with pressure. Either way, if you don't have pressure, he's going to kill you. So we got to have pressure, pressure, pressure this week against Caleb. And then we got to tackle well. We got to tackle well against Manangai. He's a small, like a more compact guy. So you got to get down there and really wrap him up and tackle him. Swift, you got to wrap up and tackle. And then Commit, you got to tackle him. He's a big guy. So we got to really tackle well this week and stay close to the weapons, right? Odunze, Burden, DJ Moore, Swift, Manangai, Commit. That's their core. And they're all scheduled to play. Even though they got a lot of injuries, all those dudes are playing. So, they're going to score some points, keep the pressure, and stay close to the weapons. Okay, now, the Raiders moving over to offense, what they're going to have to do to beat this Bears team. How about, I got it. So let me answer that. Block. They have to block, man. I mean, let's be honest, bro. Let's be honest, Raider Nation. Half of it is blocking. We're going to say last week they just had a bad game and we're going to throw that out. All right. This week, man, we need to be back to blocking a little bit better. I almost didn't want to say back to blocking better because they really haven't shown really great blocking yet in this season, this young season. But there had to be some continuity, something going on in the preseason, off-season, training camp, where the coaches, the staff, saw this 5 guys that they have as what they want to run with. Now, speaking of that, it's starting to look like Brendan Carroll, the offensive line coach, is Pete Carroll's son, could have possibly been a Nepo hire. Doesn't have any real skins on the wall in the pros as far as coaching the good lineman units. And DJ Glaze and Dylan Parham have regressed. They played better last year with a different coach. So I think Pete's not going to fire his son, obviously, but they probably need Philbin to kind of step up over there and make sure that everything is right over there, man. And, if I'm speaking out of turn, Pete, I don't, no disrespect, but I don't think your son's getting it done because we got 2 linemen that regressed. They're not playing as well as they played last year. Now, is this because you guys switching up positions? On one of them, it's not the position because he's at the same spot, DJ Glaze. But, you put Parham on at the left guard. He wasn't playing left guard. He was playing right guard. He plays center as well. You guys got him at left guard. He's getting blown back. He's missing, flat out just missing people, not blocking at all on some pass plays. He's just out there, doing that after the guy, makes a move and goes somewhere else. Like he just don't have to block now because his guy ran another way. He doesn't find anybody else to help with or block. He just kind of stands there. Then he's getting blown back. Then he's getting swim moved on. Then he just so I don't know, about the hire of Coach Pete Carroll's son at the O-line coach and run game coordinator. Yeah. So block though. Okay. First and foremost, block it up. Second thing, let's not turn the football over. Right. Last week we did a pretty good job of that. Don't remember any turnovers, so that wasn't the issue. We just got flat out outplayed from the beginning, from the very kickoff of the football game, all the way through in all phases. We got beat last week. So no turnovers and block. This team defensively will give up points. They're missing a few guys on defense. It's still early in the season. They're still trying to figure things out over here in Chicago. And from what I've seen in the first couple of ball games, man, they will give up some points. You have to stay after these guys early and late. They'll give up points. So, the Raiders should be able to get 3, 4, dare I say 5 scores, touchdowns, against these guys. I don't think 5 touchdowns, but they could definitely get 3 to 4 touchdowns against these guys, man, with the weapons that the Raiders have and what I see from these guys on defense. If they're able to block it up and give Geno a little bit of time and give a few holes to Genty without him getting hit in the backfield, where he can get some good runs, and then we mix in some passing to Genty as well. With our weapons, Tucker, who came on strong last week, Thornton, Myers, Bowers, who seemed to be back to self. He's fully practicing now. Then I would love to see Mostert get activated too, but I think they're gonna activate him. They probably given Zamir White the first 4 games. Knowing Coach Pete Carroll, he told Mostert, "Look, man, I need you for the second part of the season. We're gonna let the youngster start off and see what he can do. So I'm gonna give him the first 4 games and then evaluate him, and then I'm gonna get you in there starting week 5, and start getting you lathered up and ready to go." But I would love to see Mostert get in there sooner rather than later. But some check downs to the young Dylan Laube, I wouldn't be mad at as well. So, some dump offs to Laube just to keep the defense honest. And then we want to threaten deep with Myers and Trey Tucker. I mean, not Myers, but Thornton and Trey Tucker. And then we want to move the chains with Bowers and Myers, man. That's the formula. That's the formula. Meanwhile, we want to block it up for Genty. Let's get under the center and change it up. Change the angle of the rush. Change the angle or change how far in the backfield that Genty has to be before he's getting a rock, man. Let me see you change something up a little bit. Chip Kelly, stop doing the same thing, man, because they keying in on your offense. They really are. The guy can barely get the rock without getting hit. Your quarterbacks can barely throw. Your quarterback can barely throw because he's getting the edge collapsed immediately, and he's got to find somewhere to escape before he can even, keep his eyes downfield. So if you mix it up, right, you change the aiming point for those defensive ends, right? If you mixing in under center and pistol and shotgun, then you keep him off balance as to where that rush point is. If you keep running the same thing the whole time, they just gonna keep running to that same point. They know where it is. They know where it is. You got to change that up. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. They can be ran on. They will give up some yards on the ground, man, if we block it up, O-line. This is the game where I want to see you guys make a bounce back, man. Block it up. Let's get some runs. Let's get Genty 100 yards versus these guys. That's what I say. Let's get Genty 100 yards against these guys. The DBs will give it up too. Jalen Jones is trying to come back, but even if he does, he's just getting back, right? So this is going to be his first game back from week 1. He's been out. Even if he does play, he's expected to be a step slow. The other guys are not starters in the league. I saw this team give up money to receivers. We just got to block it up for Geno. Geno can make it happen. We can score points on this football team. So Special teams, man. They got a live guy in Duvernay. Got to make sure we're on him, man. He's fast and he is fearless. So we can't have the breakdown that we had last week with Debo, right? Getting loose immediately. So be better on special teams. That's all I'm saying. Take better angles. And uh, Cole, man, you might have to kind of sky punt some of them, man, and let us run under some of them. I know you're trying to flip the field, but we had like some suspect guys out there too. That's the other thing I wanted to say, man. We might have to look at putting a couple more starters on special teams, man, because the Bachmans and guys of that nature, man, they ain't gonna tackle nobody, bro. Like, come on, man. Let's be real. Let's not give it up from the beginning now. Let's be smart. Let's get some guys out there some willing tacklers, man, that's gonna make a play. I know he's fast or whatever, but in this dynamic kickoff type thing, man, you don't even really need to be real fast no more. Fast guys are the chase guys that's getting away. We need somebody that's gonna hit somebody, man. And when Debo almost got away, I'm looking at McCollum he's like a third string safety, and then Bachman chasing him, the receiver that goes on and off the practice squad. I'm like, come on, man, we got to put some starters in there. Let's not give it up right from the beginning, man. Cash Money, you've been right on point, man. Just keep knocking in them field goals, extra points when we need it. AJ, I was just saying, man, maybe perhaps you want to bring the distance back and sky it up a little bit, man. Let these guys run under it, man, especially if they're not going to change personnel on special teams. The crowd is expected to be half and half, man. It's going to be a lot of Bears fans in the house. So, yeah, and, I hate that. That shit makes me sick, man. The only stadium where that happens at. But, it's Vegas, man. The Bears fans travel well. It is Vegas. And, what are you going to do, man? You still got to win. Go out and play the football game and win. But you still have the comforts at home. You still have the comforts of home. Slept in your own bed and things of that nature. Didn't have to travel. And the Raider Nation fans that will be there will be loud when necessary. So you will have the support. It's just, a little bit sad that it's going to be 50-50. But anyway, yeah, man. Prediction time. And, I don't too much pick the Raiders to lose, right? I haven't. Every game I say they're going to win. Last week, I was thinking that way because of the whole Mariota situation with Jaden Daniels. I thought we might be able to sneak us one, but I don't believe I took into account the 10-day rest and the short turnaround for us. It really showed. It showed from the beginning. And, yeah, we lost. I had all the numbers right. Shout out to my bro-in-law, Haas. I said we was going to beat them 24-14. They ended up beating us 41-24. So I had all the numbers in there, right? I just had them in reverse order, and the team who won in the reverse order. That was me and him got a kick out of that. Shout out to Haas. But yeah, man. I don't like picking the Raiders to lose, although the O-line really let us down last week, and I have no reason to think that they're going to play better, really, except for maybe if JPJ comes back and is able to go through the whole game and all that. Or they make some type of switch up on the O-line and lights a fire under these guys. Somebody's got to light a fire under that O-line. If the fire is lit under the O-line, if we can block it up, at home, we can beat these guys 31-28. I was going to say 31-34, but I'm going to say 31-34. It's going to be a high-scoring affair. Raiders get it done. Cash money at the end for game. that's all I got for you, man. I ain't gonna hold you. I'll see you for the recap, perhaps on Monday. And like I always say, man, just win, baby. Pick.